Today I'm going to teach you how to make a snowflake, and you'll just need a plain piece of paper and scissors. To begin, we're going to take our plain piece of printer paper and fold one corner and line up this side with this edge. So we're just going to fold that down and match up those sides. You want to be really precise on this to give you a beautiful snowflake. So what you should have is something like this. Next, we're going to cut right along this edge here and cut off this extra piece. So I just used that edge and kind of put the edge of my scissor right against it and carefully cut off this excess paper. We don't need it. It would get cut off anyways. And if we do it this way, then we can use this piece for another paper craft. So I'm just going to set that aside and save it for later. Now, we have this folded edge here. We're going to fold along that folded edge and match up these two corners here. So we're making our triangle a little bit smaller and just fold on that edge. So I have a folded edge here and a folded edge here. So keeping my folded edges towards me, I'm going to now fold this in thirds. This is probably the trickiest part of it, but I want to fold this up about halfway across the distance. And then I'm going to fold right along this edge here with the other piece and fold it right over. You're aiming to have 3 equal pieces, so I'll unfold it so you can see what I did. We're going to fold one piece about halfway across. It's kind of going straight up, and then fold the second piece across, because you want this side to meet this other fold as best as you can. Okay, so it looks like this. Now what you want to do is we're going to cut off these rabbit ears. If we didn't cut off these rabbit ears, our snowflake would look square when we're finished. When we cut this off, we're making it so that the snowflake is 6-sided like a snowflake is naturally. I'm just going to cut those pieces out. So now we have this. Now you've got folds on either side, and now we get to start cutting. And it's very important to remember that you do not cut all the way across, or you're just going to have a much smaller snowflake. I mean, you can, but you're going to make it much smaller. And you don't want to cut everything off of this side, because then you're going to make it so that your snowflake doesn't connect. What you want to do is take small holes out of this. So you can take little diamond shapes or half heart shapes. If you do a half image, then when you open it up, it'll be the full image. So I'm going to do this kind of simply to begin with and start making some cuts. So I'm going to start coming in on this corner, and I'm not going to go all the way back out because I want this to stay connected. I'm going to come in again. And once again, I'm not going to go all the way back out because I want this piece to stay connected. What I'm going to do is maybe make some little cuts on the edge there. And I'm not going to cut all the way through because I want those to stay connected. And do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to cut this way and not go all the way back. I'm going to leave it connected. And I'm just going to cut out this middle piece. And by doing that, I'm making the spiky parts of my snowflake. Just going to take a few little. So when I was videoing the beginning of this one, I was in my office and I ran out of phone storage, so it stopped my video. So I'm just going to finish up here and show you what I've created. So these are the cuts that I made before I opened it up, and just gonna let you see what it looks like all opened up. So this is how, oops, getting away from me. This is how this snowflake turned out. So if I fold it back up, you can see by cutting down into the center, you end up with those spiky points, especially if you cut like a sharp angle here. Obviously the diamond, half diamond shape turns into a full diamond, and because I cut a little bit off the tip there, it's kind of a star center. Just like that. I mentioned earlier that snowflakes have 6 sides, and I was realizing that that last snowflake actually had 12 points instead of 6 because of the way that I cut it. So I'm going to quickly do one that would have 6 points, like I mentioned. All right, so just gonna quickly fold this like I need to. And you have one side that is just what seems like one fold, and you have another side that is a couple of different folds. So I'm going to use this as my main point and then cut most of this away. So because I want 6 sides, this will be my 6 points, and then this will be, I'm going to make it shorter. So let's just get creative, shall we? Go up like that to make a kind of spiky center. I'm going to cut out the center so you can have a star center. Cut out a few diamond shapes along this edge. Okay. Let's see how it turned out. It's always fun opening your snowflake and seeing what you were able to create. Alright, so that looks more like a real snowflake with 6 points.